Some of you may be at home right now. Some of you have been working from home remotely for the entire pandemic. And after more than a year, it can be hard to tell if you're working from home or maybe even living at work. Those boundaries get pretty blurred. And we are joined now live with Google productivity expert Laura Martin with tips on how to manage a work from home lifestyle. And good morning, Laura. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So our first question, we want to know what are some of the strategies to effectively do this and work from home?
Yeah, so I think some of the lessons that we've learned and we can learn from over the past year and can help us in the near future while a lot of us are still at home is thinking about picking those spots. So you mentioned boundaries, and that includes physical boundaries. So if you pick the same spot to work in every day, it helps your brain have the ability to slip into work when you're sitting in that spot versus if you're moving around. And then you also want to have spots where you never work. So just like we're inviting work into our home as if it's a guest, you would have boundaries with your guests. You wouldn't have your guests come into your bedroom first thing in the morning. So you want to do the same with your email. Have times that you start working, times that you're not working, and places where you do and don't work so your brain can settle into that. The second is just planning a little bit more. And so we used to go into the office and just slip right into work and what we're doing that day. But now some of us are at home and we might only have 2 or 3 hours while our kids are in virtual school to get things done. So we want to think about the day beforehand exactly what we plan to do, even an hour by hour schedule. And the last piece is just thinking about the benefit of working from home is having a little bit more ebb and flow to your natural productivity rhythms. So if you're normally a morning person and then you like to take a break to work out or go on a walk, you can do that at home and you might not have been able to do it at the office. So figuring out when you work best and then scheduling your day around it as much as possible.
Really great tips, especially for how to kind of separate the personal and the work life, but still accomplish tasks in both. You mentioned that kids maybe have some school time to do. Would that help with dealing with distractions? What are some other tips to stay focused when those things pop up?
Yeah, so you actually answered the question because a lot of people think, how do I get focused when things pop up? But I like to think about it as thinking ahead of time. What could possibly pop up and how can I get rid of that? So I equate it to child proofing or setting the scene, being a theater director and thinking, what kind of things come up that distract me? How can I get ahead of those? Do I want to have some snacks at the table? Maybe shut my door, maybe minimize everything except the one thing I'm working on. And so think about it beforehand and set the scene so that your distractions don't ever pop up and you don't have to deal with them.
Really great tips there. And Laura, last question. We got about 30 seconds. How to be efficient no matter where you are? Because maybe you went to a coffee shop, maybe you're at home. Just some efficiency tips.
Yeah, so I think planning in advance is definitely helpful because no matter where you are, you kind of have what your list is to do there. And then just figuring out what is best for you. So whether it's listening to music or, like I said, having only one thing open at a time, making sure you have snacks or water, whatever that is that you need to get done, you want to take that with you from place to place wherever you're working.
Awesome. Laura Martin, Google productivity expert. Laura, thanks so much for joining us on Eyewitness News this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And speaking of working from home, it may